Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about if Genius Brand's stock has hit a bottom. It's been a rough ride for Genius Brand's investors lately. Let me pull up the 1 year, 1 day chart. As you can see, Genius Brand stock hit a low of 5 cents and it hit a high of $11.73. So what is that? A 22,000% increase? Pretty insane for any stock. You can see it was very overvalued. But what I'm going to be talking about is if we found a short-term bottom for Genius Brands. And I think we may have. So if we go to the 180 4-hour chart, you can see here that we previously hit a low of $1.84, and that was in pre-market session. There was then a rise, and then we've been on a gradual decline since. In this area, it hit 244. So that would be right around there. So let's take a look at why I believe we could be hitting the bottom. So the RSI down here got fairly low, right around 32.5. Last time we saw a low RSI was back here when the stock was undervalued. You can see if you had bought in this area and sold midday of this day, over 8% return, which is good for almost 1 day. And if you had caught towards the more bottom here and towards the top a little more, 20% increase. So it's really important to find these tops and bottoms, and I think we found a bottom here. As you can see, bottomed out at 211. They had a very big flash crash here. If I go into the 1 day, 1 minute, you can see this flash crash that some day traders may have gotten stuck in, because it looked like up until here the stock was consolidating. Had this nice sell-off. You can see it consolidates and there's a small bounce there. Consolidates, small bounce there. But what you see here is it consolidates again, and then it has this huge sell-off to then have a huge spike almost instantly of 17% within 5-ish minutes. So that's obviously a very high number. If you missed the bottom, that's okay. I think we may see a little bit more upside in the next couple days. Again, I'm not saying buy the stock. That's not my job. I'm just saying we may see more upside. So do your own research, everything like that. But I think Genius Brands has potential for some upside. And you can see it even made a very big move up here of around 7%, 7.5%, and had you bought still in this area, you could still be up around 4%. So obviously do your own research, but Genius Brands is starting to look more attractive after its fall from $11.73. And I don't think that this stock will push below $2 anytime soon. We'll see, probably within the next week or two, but I would not be surprised to see a small bounce, maybe a little north of $3, possibly higher, maybe $3.50 in that area. That would not be surprising, but it also wouldn't be surprising to see the stock fall to $2, and if it can't hold there, then it will go lower. I don't think that this company would be very investable if it went lower than $2. Then it becomes extremely speculative, more speculative than it is now. But let's take a look at a couple other stocks. So this is a big big play. I swing traded this stock and I made about 12-13% off of it. And this is another stock that hit a pretty nice low way back in March, 461, and shot up to the $18 area within a few days, I think. So about 6 days and 20 hours, so about a week, and the stock shot right up. You can see, used to be a $50 stock. It was actually higher up back there. And then we saw this kind of lot of sideways movement. This was big sideways movement. I mean, seeing 50% in that area. And when I swing traded it, I caught right around this area. I bought in this area during that day. You can see at one point I then actually was down quite a bit more, but I knew I got in pretty low, so that was okay with me. And then the stock shot up massively here. From this area, it then was up over double, and from this area, it was also up over double. This area was actually up almost triple. It's almost impossible to find that bottom and high, but that's what traders try to do. A lot of the time it does not work out. I sold at 15.10, so I did take a nice profit there. Around, that doesn't seem right. I know why. My cost basis was actually in the $13 range, sorry. And so yeah, there that is, about 14% gain. And so I think this is another stock. We may be coming up on a temporary low. As you can see here, RSI is down quite a bit. MACD is down. No signs of a reversal yet. But looking at everything else, you can tell that this stock is undervalued. And this could be a potential buy. Again, do your own research. I'm not saying buy. But we've just reached the lows of the day, actually, right around $12. It looks like there may be a slight reversal within these next few minutes. Either that or this stock has a lot of down momentum, so we could see the stock continue to go down throughout the rest of the day into the close and possibly pre-market. And there we go, there's a new low on the day. But we do have this weekend and then the final couple days of the quarter next week. So a lot of pension funds and things like that are going to rebalance, and with stocks up more than 15%, I'm not sure exactly where it is this quarter. There's going to be a lot of heavy rebalancing. That may be the start of what we saw Wednesday and today, possibly leading into Monday and Tuesday. And with overall virus fears coming back, people may start staying home more, but it now seems to be more contained to a certain number of states. So some states may end up being okay. So let's take a look at the overall market. So this is SPY. It tracks the S&P. It's off by like 0.05%. So this is a pretty good indication of where the market's at. So down about 1.8% today. You can see at one point it was down a little more. And so let's see. One point it was down about 2.2%. So we did see this low bounce off of the RSI down here. Looks like MACD is indicating a possible reversal. Again, there's a lot of selling pressure from funds rebalancing, so there's really no telling where this could go. Let's take a look at the Dow, which is actually down 2.3%. I didn't think that the Dow would be down that much. especially since the S&P was doing okay. So maybe be interesting to look into that, see what the biggest companies in the Dow are doing today. And let's take a look at QQQ. Down about 1.5%, had been a lot lower at some point. That could have been a possible buy, especially with TQs and SQs. Really interesting long-term or short-term plays on the market. Those are good to trade. Again, SQQQ can be riskier because if your trade doesn't go right and the market keeps going up, you lose a lot extremely quickly. Let me pull that up actually, and we can look at how much people who bought at the very bottom of this market would have lost. Right around 75% if you had bought at the bottom of this market. Even if you had bought when stocks were at all-time highs compared to now, you'd still be down 50%, and stocks are again reaching those all-time highs. So obviously SQQQ is not a long-term play and it's very risky, but TQQQ on the other hand is a better long-term play, and you can see that over the past 3 years it's just up, up, up. So had you sold right before the start of the downturn of the market, there we go, and bought 3 years ago, you'd have over 3x your money. Had you bought at the 2018 lows, everyone thought that was going to be the start of a really big bear market. Ended up, we hit like 19.9% down. But you could also over tripled your money with TQs. So this is an interesting stock to watch. Even with this last run up over the past 88 days, could triple your money. And this is a better long-term play if you're bullish on the overall market. TQs is a great play. Again, you want to be bullish on the overall market though. That's the key. Because if you're not, you will lose money in the short term. But long term, you do tend to make that money back with this because it's 3 times leveraged on the QQQ, which tracks the NASDAQ, which tends to be the best performing index. So thank you guys for your time. Please, please, please like, subscribe, watch my other videos, tell your friends. Have a good day.